Right then, it is week 2 of the Gfinity Elite Series Season 2. And I tell you what, that matchup we just witnessed, Envious defeating Epsilon 3-1. What a cracker Game 3 was. It finished 4-3, sorry, do apologise, 5-4. I didn't miss 2 goals. They were epic from the likes of Mount, Freeze and Waffle. So, as it stands at the moment, these are the results for this week 2. You have a situation where we've had Team Infuse taking on Excel. They lost 1-3 to Excel. Then Team Envious have just got that 3-1 victory. Our next match will be Endpoint taking on Reason. Now, you may have witnessed it last week in week 1. Reason, that's right, Reason, the team that only got 1 win. You right, fella? Thanks. I tell you what, sorry, I'm not going to leave out my brother there to the side. He's leaving me. I thought he left me hanging there for a second. Reason managed to get a win in the first week, which levels up with how many wins they got last season. They're a team on the up.
Beautiful pass. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's dangerous. That's it across, and it's going to be Burrito B. The ball gets squeezed out. Rich Ronde finds himself in a position to shoot. And he finds the back of the net. This game in Burrito B. That's 3 kickoff goals in a row. But the shot comes in by Burrito B. It's going to be Reason Gaming who close out the series 3-0.
So I say they're a team on the up. They definitely are on the up. They will have full confidence. They made some lineup changes for Season 2. Looking pretty strong. That is that Reason lineup. And they've added another player to that lineup. He goes by the name of Speed.
Now, I would talk about Speed, but it's literally the love of Gregan's life.
Wait.
Okay,
So,
I'm going to let him... I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn, but that's pretty much an understatement, to be honest. So,
Talk about your love for Speed. You've got 10 minutes.
This is your chance.
Me and Speed, we're walking along by the beach.
Yeah.
And
does he have a good sense of humour?
Does
he like long walks?
He's lovely. And basically, I should probably point out why, because he's 16. I shouldn't just point out that I've like met him in public. I met him online, and we played Rocket.
We've cleared that one up. It's fine. It's good. Carry on.
Is he any good at Rocket League? That's what
yeah, let's move this on.
I met him online, and we played Rocket League together. And we played in a team for about 2 months. No one knew who he was. He was literally an unknown. He came from PlayStation, converted over to PC. And he got quite high up on the ranked leaderboard. So we teamed up and we played in the competition. He carried our team hugely. He's an incredible player. And our team was called Backpost, as you like. And anyway, we could talk about the history of me and Speed for hours. Basically, he got picked up by Reason and is now doing much better for himself because he's got rid of me.
There you go.
Every love story has to have a tragic ending, doesn't it?
It does. It's like, but you know what? It's a romantic story that I enjoyed because the love of Rocket League shone through there. So we're expecting big things from him. We move on to Endpoint, last season's champions. I mean, will they have got over the hammering from Method last week? It was unfortunate, but it really showed how much every other team wants to win this season.
Yeah, I think it's testament to kind of the Elite Series in Season 1 and what these teams achieved as well. You look at these guys were champions of Season 1, Endpoint. But then from the start of Season 1 to now, the amount that Method have got better, they're now the best team in the world. It's as simple as that. At the moment, as it stands, Method are the best team in the world. So from going from where they started to now, Endpoint in that process have become champions of the Elite Series. They've even overtaken the champions of the Elite Series to get to where they are now. So I think they kind of have to brush it off. It's like you're playing the best team in the world, it happens.
I think Teddy even said that. He was just like, they're just so good. But Endpoint themselves, they improved a lot in Elite Series Season 1. They had an off-season where they didn't practice as much. They kind of stagnated, and they're now trying to use a Season 2 to really improve again. I think for them, the toughest thing is that everyone else has just raised their level. Course, so now they've 100%. Got to play even higher than what they had before. They're doing well for themselves, but they just had a really tough week with Method.
And you only get better at Rocket League if you play against better opposition. It raises your game, like you found with Speed, Gregan.
Yes.
So listen, let's welcome the boys out to the arena right now. For Endpoint, we've got Shaka on, Tinny and Cheerio. And for Reason, we've got Rix Ronde, Speed and Burrito B. He got better by playing with
Lads, welcome Tinny. Boys, welcome back. You know who you're facing. It's Reason Gaming. Yes. What are we seeing from this game today? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
Well, last time we were 2 games up against them and then we threw the entire series. So, you know, I think we've got to be on our guard today, I think. Okay. And Rick's Ronde. So we've got previous champions of last season. And how do you think the game's going to go for you boys? You have beaten them before. Are we seeing another win today?
Might be. It's going to be close. They're really solid, so will be good games.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, guys. Hold tight. We've got an epic game coming. Previous championships versus Reason Gaming. Hold tight. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back. Come and join us because it's match 3 on the way in just moments. We have got Endpoint taking on Reason. Now, as I said earlier, Reason got their first win of Season 2 last week, and that means they have equaled last season's record of 1 win. New lineup over there. I want to find out, Greg, you're going for them, aren't you? You're backing them to win this match.
I am indeed. They played very well last week. They've done very well online since Season 1. And I've got to go with my boy Speed. I said about him before, I know that he's an incredible player, and he's got 2 wonderful players with him, so they're going to do very strong. Although I think Endpoint have got a good chance. Yeah, let me tell you something for everybody where you are. He was torn. He couldn't decide which way to go, left or right. So I don't know if I believe all of that. What do you say to that onset?
I mean, I don't want to throw Gregan under the bus too hard, but I know he's been helping these guys out behind the scenes a little bit with some coaching. So the fact he stood over there, I mean, what's he saying about himself? I mean, I'm just saying that, but I'm going with the Season 1 champions. I mean, how can you...
Unbelievable.
Doesn't work like that.
That is so typical of him.
But I'm going with the Season 1 champions. I mean, this man at the end, I think he's going to be the key here. I think he's going to score a load of goals today.
Yeah.
So
they're doing great.
And what I love more than anything is your lean on one another. Beautiful stuff. Listen, I'm going to walk down there to find out what the casters are saying for this. Of course, casting for match 3 in week 2, we've got Johnny Boy and we've got Stumpy. Gentlemen, I mean, Gregan, he doesn't know where his heart lies or his mind.
Flaker.
He is flaky at best. But I tell you what do you think about this matchup?
I'm going to go with onset. I think that the defending champions, they slipped up against Reason last season. They're not going to make the same mistake twice. Although Reason are looking like an improved team, so I could definitely see another 5-game set that we've been hoping for.
Indeed. And don't forget, that win that Reason had in Season 1 came against Endpoint, against the run of play. It was one of the best moments. So I think it was Frag, wasn't it?
It was incredible.
Come on, baby, let's go!
Screaming. He loved it. I do think, however, same Johnny and onset and eventually Gregan.
Yeah.
I do think Endpoint are going to get this, even though it's a different team for Reason. I just don't think they're strong enough to beat the current reigning champions.
OK, well, gentlemen, this is going to be a cracker. I'll leave it with you. I'm hoping for a slobber knocker. Don't know about you.
Slobber knocker. A big old slobber knocker.
Of course. We can't have too many slobber knockers. But this is the defending champions. We cannot forget that. They stepped up again and again as the season went on in Season 1. They just kept on getting better and better. And there was that one slip-up that they had against Reason that we thought at the time it happened, wait a minute, have they just ruined their playoff potential? And then only after we thought about it, we realized that their head-to-head record against the teams around them actually guaranteed their playoff spot. But for a moment, it was Reason who really gave Endpoint a panic attack. Early in the season to be having panic attacks so far, I think even if Endpoint do drop this one, they're not going to be too worried just yet.
Yeah,
there's still
Reason
to do that.
Was
hold on, win.
The only winner Burrito, as we were calling him in the crowd. Burrito getting the first goal. Chiro's not reacted near quick enough, and there was also a double commit coming in, leading to just a nice long shot. If he got that on target, he got it in, and so he did.
I've got to say, I love that Reason Gaming are putting so much effort into the standard playlists in Rocket League. These guys are all so high rated in the World Ladder. I know it is just the start of the new season in Ranked, so we have to wait a while to see how it develops. But if you look at other esports, that is how talent is scouted for teams. You look at the ladder in-game and you see this guy's high rated, this guy's high rated, let's stick him in a team for a while. Eventually they're going to learn how to play together at a competitive level. And it's not taken Reason long to start gelling together.
Didn't they literally have the 1, 2, and 3 spots?
They did, yeah.
I saw it on Twitter, they had 1, 2, and 3, and it was... That doesn't happen too often. Normally you get a couple players up there, but to have your entire team, like I say, it's start of the season, but that's really, really good.
Oh yeah, you can't just ignore that. Good save by Burrito B. I'm so tempted to call him Burrito.
Burrito.
It's a different name, but they can't keep this one out. Then he's a Cheerio point blank range, and I'm loving the Skyline.
Skyline main. Skyline main all the way.
Bit of a whiff there coming out from Rix. Reason are going to be hoping for less of those and a bit more of Burrito's gold. I've got to stop saying Burrito. It's one of those words that you say it as a joke for a while, and then eventually it just becomes part of your vocabulary.
You accidentally say it, like unironically, and that's when you think, oh, what have I become?
What is going on? Cheerio again. This is the top scorer from Season 1, and he's on the score sheet twice in 10 seconds. Burrito B getting caught out by Shakeron there. That's pretty careless defensive play from Reason twice in a row. Rushing the ball. They're not slowing down and calculating what's happening in front of them before going for that.
It was a very simple pass that he put in the centre. Simple yet effective by the looks of things. But I think that could have been better defended. They might just be thinking, okay, tell you what, we need more speed.
They do need more speed.
Yeah,
really.
Gregor would be happy with that.
One speed is not enough.
Yeah.
Gregan will be very happy. I mean, I did take a look at speed when Gregan was, backing him up there. He didn't look too happy with that, honestly.
No, I mean,
I think it might have been just game face situation.
Yeah, Gregan big up speed a lot, but he did lose in RLCS to Team Rocket.
Meme Rocket.
Lost with our very own Cole, who is not here this week. We're here next week, I'm sure. Lambasting Gregan for that loss.
I don't know why Gregan keeps on bringing it up.
Never let him live that down.
Terrible loss. Anyway, we digress from a series which has started off with a lot of goals. We asked for this. So far, these teams have delivered. Will we see another 9-goal thriller like we saw earlier? We're on track at the moment, just about. It's another Skyline, actually. Tinny as well. They're not a full Skyline team, are they? What's Shakeron driving? I can't see at the moment. What he's got back, just an Octane. Nothing to see here. Standard old Octane.
Nice Stocktane. Shakeron is the only one on their team not using the Skyline. Indeed. I've noticed, which is a shame. I like it when teams get all coordinated.
Not just with the car, but also the decal, colors, coordination, everything. They can totally look pretty cool.
There's a team in the RLCS who's all got titanium white Octanes.
Oh.
I think it's GFE. It's really nice. Just that little bit more.
Well, that's a lucky bump into the middle. Shakeron's got to be careful. Oh my goodness, triple miss. What is going on? More people missed the ball.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of those situations where so many people have missed it, it just becomes contagious. Still the goal. Oh my goodness, what was
demo?
That demo by Tinny. That would have been wide open. Reason Gaming still refused to relinquish the pressure on Endpoint. That demo was so clutch. Defensive demo is also important right now. Not just defensive demos, but taking out the last man before he can rotate it and take that shot.
I mean, we were saying how important the demos were in the last game that we saw. Demos and bumps, they led to a couple of goals in there, and I'd say they were integral to the win by Envy. So if these guys have been looking at that game thinking, right, you know what, if that's what those guys think they want, we can do that as well. But Rick's Ronde does not need a demo there. He just gets to pass down from speed to the coach there being very happy. Burrito misses it, leaves it for Ricks. Top corner with the yay!
Party time.
Lovely party time. Favourite goal explosion. It's so funny.
It could be such a juxtaposition to a really close, epic series, then just time cheers coming in. Sounds a bit like the Gfinity crowd, if you ask me.
It does. It does. It's not dissimilar.
All tied up here. The next goal could seal this. It's Game that started off with a lot of goals and it slowed down a little bit before Reason found that equalizer. Good touch from Shakaron, but Speed has read it to some degree. Endpoint is struggling to clear the ball. This is very uncharacteristic of them to just be soft clearing the ball towards their opponent as often as they are.
They normally love a counterplay. They love a counterplay. As soon as they see the third man coming a bit too far forwards and they've got an opportunity, they will go crazy with it. Tinny down into the centre for Shakaron. Does get saved, and now Speed is going to pass over to Rix Ronde.
Great pass.
Gets it shot across. No one is back from there. Overcommit. Rix Ronde once again with the party celebration. What a pass there by Speed.
Phenomenal stuff by the young man, the new player on the Reason Gaming squad. Find assist of the game there. Just takes the last defender out of the game, and we see another party time for Rix. I just want Rix to score more goals. Seeing this goal explosion.
Every time, it's as funny as the first time. It's hilarious.
It's great. It's the only thing from that new crate that I wanted. I need this.
Don't need popcorn. Don't need any of the black market stuff. No, I just want
just on that.
I want children to cheer when I score goals. That's it.
Yeah, it's the balloons. That little, you hear the pop. As soon as the goal goes in, there's a pop, and it's so like, oh gosh! With a wicked shot to the top corner. What a save it was, though, to keep it out.
Long clear there by Speed. Tinny going to try and control that down. Get in center. They need to act here. One more goal is all they need to draw. Speed to the side. Chio keeps it up, goes towards the net. Rix Ronde, though, manages to keep that down. Hits it on the floor, meaning that is 1-0 to Reason Gaming.
Great start for Reason. They were the team that came out the gates pretty hot, and then Endpoint were the ones who retaliated. But Reason, they did not give up. They managed to shore up their defensive weaknesses. They were rushing in defense a lot. And Endpoint were just beating them to the punch and centering the ball for open nets. They were shooting into open nets that weren't getting defended. But eventually Reason started to be a little bit more methodical with how they were approaching their challenges. And that's how they were able to turn this game around.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of long shots coming in. Like I mentioned in the last series that we casted, the long shots, they force an action. You can't be idle if there's a long shot on target. You need to do something about it, and that could mess up the rotation at the back. If there's no one there to deal with it, either you get a goal, or you could weaken the defence. And that shot there by Rix Ronde, I think it was a floor pinch, or was it literally as it came off the half volley?
I think it was just a half volley, but either way,
so speedy.
He slammed it. You can't save that without pre-jumping. That shot
I wish that went in.
Oh my goodness. If that had made it into the back of the net, goal of the day.
The belly redirect. They look beautiful. You see, Endpoint there, keeping good spirits, thinking, okay, it's game one, it's fine. They've beaten us before, but ultimately, it's near enough a different roster. They've only got Rix Ronde to be the same person from Reason. And though they didn't do very well in Season 1, I feel like they're going to do much, much better in Season 2.
Oh, absolutely. And already they're looking like a completely different team. Season 1, they started off so poorly. By far, I think the worst team in the league as they lost early to Excel. I think even week 1 they lost to Excel, who then went on to not win any other games. But Reason Gaming has started strong, and they're showing us that it was not luck. They're now taking on the defending champions, a team who didn't just perform well in Gfinity and then disappear. They went on to almost make the promotion tournament in RLRS into RLCS. So Endpoint, great to beat. That is good save by Speed on the goal line.
Some of these passing plays we're seeing come out from Endpoint, it's not what they tend to do. Like we said, typically they tend to try and go for like a counter-attack rather than a full-on, really aggressive like 3v3 situation. But they are really getting these team plays out so well.
Speed is looking really good in defense. He's doing a great job of keeping the ball away from Endpoint when he clears it. It's something that Epsilon were really struggling with in the last series that we saw before this one. They just could not clear the ball and get rid of it, but that's a great play. Cheerio to himself. He continues to be the goal scorer for Endpoint.
Look at that. He just tips it round Burrito B as he begins to dive in.
Great recoveries, though.
Yeah.
Phenomenal recoveries by Cheerio. Twice in a row there. Landing before Burrito B expected him to. Burrito. He's been a great player, great asset to Reason in offense. Defensively, sometimes he's getting a little bit too far forward and getting caught out.
Just needs to remember, don't dive in.
Don't dive in?
Don't dive in.
Especially if you're last man back. You can't afford to dive in. Can't afford to take these 50-50s when you don't have backup. The shots are looking good though for Reason.
Chakron there trying to keep this ball out of their half. Cheerio. Oh! Was he low on boost?
What is this? We get to see another party time. I don't want this time. Listen, just as the ball crosses the line, listen to this pop. Listen to this. It's so satisfying. Oh, so satisfying.
I don't think he had boost, and really he should have driven up the back wall and gone off the back post for it.
Yeah,
he's tried to go for the double neutral, which has not paid off whatsoever.
You can't have expected it to bounce up that high, but that's a horrendous miss in defense at this level. Another shot comes in for Endpoint. There's just so many shots at either end. These teams are allowing each other to take shots, and they're relying on their goalkeeping skill to prevent the goals from occurring.
Chakron, great pass.
Pass is this good, it doesn't look safe. This time Burrito finds the save.
They are finding each other with near enough every single pass they are doing. It is remarkable, the accuracy these guys are getting. Rich Monday! Nearly had that.
That was so sick by Riggs. It looked like he was saving his teammate's shot, but he knows the goalie behind him is going to save it and clear it at the same time. So he's trying to pop it above the goal and maybe even redirect it into the net. It was a really tough angle though.
The backboard, Burrito B being able to get a nice clear. Chakron, opposite corner, goes off the post in the centre. Cheerio, the other post. They've found crossbar and they've found both posts. Soon, they will probably realise there's a goal to that structure.
Just in between all of
that, just go for the middle. Go for the middle, lads.
A little bit more essential. So many opportunities for Endpoint. They've got to be careful not to let themselves become frustrated. It's easy in Rocket League to become frustrated if you feel like you're supposed to have scored. Good off the ceiling play by Speed to get the block there. Reason might be able to capitalize on an overextending Endpoint if they keep up this aggression and Reason are able to intercept just one of these infield passes, which has been the overarching predominant offensive strategy for Endpoint. They're just hitting the ball, ignoring the back wall, hitting it straight infield. And Reason, they're going to see that at some point.
Yeah, if they can get, like you say, some of those interceptions like that.
That works.
Like that. They've had a shot. It was near enough on net. That's a demo coming in. Rodney! Speed! Demoing Chakron as he goes for the back boost rotate. Tinny towards the corner. Rick's Rodney reads him like a book. Gets the centre. Burrito B is there. He has no risk of it coming back behind him because there's no one there to counter.
That was huge play by Speed. Getting the demo off screen there. That is what opened up the net. We see the defender at the near post was throwing himself in because he thought he had backup. The backup got eliminated. Reason are looking to double their lead in this series. They've doubled their lead in game 2.
Oh my gosh.
Party time yet again. Endpoint defense is falling to pieces. That's just a whiff in the midfield.
There was no keeper there until Cheerio got there. And they left that shot quite late. It did scare me no one was coming in for that. But then two of them did.
Yeah. Endpoint, they just didn't, the last defender didn't think that the ball was coming through to defense. I think his teammate might have even called it. I didn't see who it was, Chakron or Tinny. Getting a clean whiff in midfield is not ideal. The shot quality for Endpoint is diminishing over time. They were getting absolute bullets to the post and the crossbar early in this game, but now they're finding the shot on target, but it's barely moving.
Yeah, you said it before as well with their clearances. They are being very weak. We've seen Tinny there. He just did like a tiny little lob. Like in his corner, he just did a little lob. And Rick's Burrito B, I think it might have been, was like, okay, I'll just take that then. Cheers.
Oh, that's a good shot, Cheering. Does bring a good save out of Speed, who continues to have an impressive debut performance. We'll be looking to get perhaps this MVP of the day if he can keep this up. All around, Reason Gaming outplaying Endpoint. Their quality of clear balls is just on another level. Their finishing is on another level. And right now, their intercepting of passes is stepping up. They're starting to catch out Endpoint. And it is showing. Endpoint's not able to create anything meaningful in offense now.
They had such a chance there, and they do it again.
Whoa, Chakron with a huge dunk onto Speed, straight into the ceiling. And did he get another touch? He was there looking for the rebound or the dunk. Credit to him for following it as far as he did. Reason Gaming overstepped the mark. They didn't expect such a hard interception by Chakron. Just slammed it in off the ceiling.
Bringing this game down to 20 seconds with a 1-goal difference. Can they get one more? Rick's Ronde with a save. Rick's Ronde's going to try and take it up.
Good work.
Wasting a lot of this time now. Reason got to be happy with that clear. Chakron's going to carry it on with the boost he's got in the air. Cheerio's gone support.
Rix is here, and
cleared it low.
That's smart by Rix.
Yeah, exactly what he needed to do.
Reason played that end game really, really smart. Speed challenged, and even though he lost at 50-50, Burrito was there to contest the aerial, and even if that goes bad, Rix has rotated back, full boost. They had that completely under control.
Absolutely brilliant defensive play there, like you say. They're going to be happy with that, taking that to 2-0.
2-0.
Do you think, you said that this game would be closer than it currently is?
I thought it was going to be much closer, but Endpoint are just making little mistakes that we didn't expect to see from them, and their shot quality has been so close, but just not good enough at the best of times. Cheerio has been their goal scorer since we have seen them get together as a roster. But he needs to score more. You love that.
Sorry, I was excited about that.
It's so good.
Yeah, I think in these games, Reason have just been the more dominant teams. Demos aren't as important in this as I thought they would be either. I thought in the first game we saw a couple of them coming out, but there wasn't too many. However, we saw only one goal in this was actually due to a demo.
Yeah.
So they're
it was the goal that gave them the lead.
Made it 2-1, yeah.
Gave them the lead, so huge goal and a great play by Speed. They have, I know, namesake for Speed, been the faster of the two teams. They're doing well beating Endpoint to the ball. And as soon as Endpoint are making these mistakes, whenever they're getting a weak hit or missing entirely, Reason are straight in there and they're centering the ball. They're putting it into that danger zone before goalkeepers can recover and get back. That is how they scored their second and their third goals in Game 2. Endpoint, are they going to get an improved quality of connection on the ball? Are they going to start hitting it properly? Well, that's pretty good. A team pinch is a pretty hard shot. But if they can't find the shot quality, they need to just sit back a little bit more, stop getting caught out by the speed of Reason. And I say that, pun intended, as Speed has been catching them out both in name and in verb.
The thing that Endpoint are so good at, that we mentioned in the other games, is that they're so good at the counter-attack. They're they are opportunists. Yeah. They will see a gap and they will take it. I don't know if they are changing how they play, because they think that they should. But guys, counter-attacks won you Season 1.
Oh, that's a great shot. Burrito B again. Rattles the post.
That's a very weak touch in the centre. That was very dangerous. They sent 2 more defenders to block that poor clear. Thankfully, it's not gone in, but a bit too close to comfort.
You're absolutely right, though. I have seen Endpoint in the past completely change up their style. Sometimes they like to try and bully the other team into their half with Chinny just stopping everything from crossing the halfway line. Other times they prefer to sit back and, like you say, go for those counterattacks. Maybe that's what they need to do against Reason. Just wait for that defensive overextension from their opponents. Because right now what they're doing is not working. They're getting just outplayed all over the field. That's another open net. No one in the middle to take it.
I think Chiro did get bumped out of the net there. Yeah. As, I didn't actually see who it was, as one of the players came into the net, and it might have been Speed, just completely blocked him off. So if that was on target, that's a goal, quite happily.
I am happy to see no overcommitment there by Reason. The third man was staying back. It looked like a dangerous chance. Oh, what a shot! That is a huge outplay by the top goal scorer of the team. Rix gets completely done.
That is remarkable angle. That was so beautiful. I don't think Rix expected him to get that much of an angle on it.
Rix was staying
with that
way
speed.
At the goal. Yeah, Rix didn't even think the goal needed to be defended. He was covered in the wall. He didn't want to get into a situation where the ball gets put above him or behind him. But Cheerio was just too quick. He found the shot inside the post. It did just glance off the upright on its way in. That's the difference from the last game on this one, is the goal did deflect in.
What a touch
by Shakuron! Cheerio with another goal. But look at this assist.
Cheerio into the centre. Shakuron with that touch. Completely taking Speed out of the game. Rix Ronde is then just stranded in goal. Even if he got a touch for that, I mean, Cheerio had the speed for it. That was going in, no matter what happened. That is now 2-0 to Endpoint in the third game. If they can take it to 5 games, they get that point. And 1 point can be the difference between life and death in this series.
Absolutely. You've got to remember, of course, Reason have already secured that 1 point. So credit to them.
Very true.
They're not going to be happy with that, though. They want to continue this winning streak. But they are in a position that they've not yet been in. They're 2 goals down. And against a much more deadly Endpoint than we've seen in the past 2 games.
They might have finally found their feet. I think they've now potentially settled into their aggressive style. I don't think they've changed back their counter-attack. They've very much changed into, okay, we're passing, we're aggressive, we are going to be in your face.
Are they going to get the perfect revenge from Season 1?
Oh, man. Oh.
Got reverse swept by Reason in Season 1. Are they going to return the favourite in Season 2? That would be a heartbreak for Reason.
That would be incredible. Johnny, you've now called a reverse sweep. You do know that, yeah?
I might have done that.
You called the reverse sweep?
I might have done.
But I think I called the reverse sweep in...
Look at this demo. Huge, wide open net. Is it going to get taken? No, it doesn't look like it will. Endpoint getting massive demos in offense now. Something a Reason have used to great effect, especially in Game 2, getting that goal that gave them the lead.
Using them sparingly by the looks of things.
But this is exactly what we've seen from Endpoint before.
Shakeron!
Oh, look at the pass again by Shakeron!
Oh no!
That's that was for the hat trick as well.
Oh, that was such a nice pass from the back wall as well.
Beautiful stuff. Shakeron's creativity this game has been on another level.
Inspirational.
I thought they were just going to sit back and say 2-0, that's good enough. We're usually pretty good at holding the 2-0 lead. Feels very comfortable if you're an Endpoint fan. You just think, oh yeah, these guys, they don't throw 2-0 leads. But they're not happy with that. Shakeron wants more.
Because he's hungry.
Driving on the opponent back wall, trying to take them by surprise, which he did. That's going to be 3-0. It rolls in for Tinny. Let's take another look at this when it was happening off camera, but it just looks like a shambolic defense for Reason Gaming. Nobody able to get near the ball.
A nice soft pitch pass from Cheerio into the middle where Tinny is seen. There's no defenders. He can go in and he can do whatever he wants. And he did, he got the goal. 3-0, 50 seconds left. This has not looked great for Reason as they take it into the Endpoint half. Shakeron getting a clear. Bricks run it into the centre force speed. They're trying to get the passing game going, but it's not worked out for them as it gets centred into their own half again. Shakeron with a backflip. Tinny with the double touch. Centering for Cheerio, but no. Unfortunately, not a goal.
And this is now reaching the time in the game. 3-0, you're yet to score. If you're Reason Gaming, you're got to start thinking, what do we do next game? What have Endpoint done that has dismantled us so badly in this game? They've obviously changed something. Because right up until now, Reason Gaming have not been punished for sitting back and letting Endpoint shoot at them. There's been a lot of crossbars and a lot of posts being rattled by Endpoint without the ball ending up in the net afterwards. But we saw at the start of this game, it went in off the post. That is the difference. The Reason I've got to be a little bit more careful. They can't let Endpoint continue to shoot at them if they're going to leave their net undefended like this.
They're connecting with the ball so much better in this game. Compared to the first and the second games that we've seen, Endpoint are finally getting those angles. They're getting the hard hits, and they're getting those vital passes across, and it's actually leading to something now.
Yeah, but look at Rix there. He is defending the wall. He's not defending the goal. He thought that the ball was going to go behind him or over his head. He just didn't identify the real threat that was the goal right in front of him. That's where he needed to be. And that's something that 1v1 players are a little bit better at doing. Look at that
pass down. I'm so gutted.
Should have been a goal.
That was such a soft hit.
Should have been a goal. That was his second phenomenal assist of the game. It was from Shakeron. Really great stuff by him.
He is coming out hard on this one. He is making sure that he's giving Cheerio the chance to shoot because he's a top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Cheerio is incredible at putting it in when he gets the angles anyway, and when he can actually connect with the ball, he is putting it in so frequently. And if Shakeron's allowing Cheerio to take some of those shots, then they are going to be such a deadly team. We've seen it in that game. They were a deadly team. They won it against 3-0.
Yep, it's just very one-sided. So now look for, I think the reason they've got one game where they could just throw everything at Endpoint. They could just say, right, there's nothing, there's no deficit to us winning a series 3-2 compared to 3-1. The winning team gets the same score. You get 3 points for either of those wins. It's only the losing team that stands to gain for getting that extra win in a 3-2 loss compared to 3-1. So I would like to see Reason just all-out aggression from them this game. Don't give Endpoint time to continue to build on this comeback, which is looking really solid, or at least it has a solid foundation after the last game.
A reverse sweep, some may say, Johnny. Though that's some being you.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, you wouldn't say that? After your comment of it might be a reverse sweep.
I think I said that.
I think you did, mate, yeah.
This must have been off record. Anyway, Reason Gaming. 4:20 on the clock there. Yet to concede, which is good. They need to continue to be as stable as possible for as long as possible.
Cheerio getting the center towards Tinny, dropping it down. What a read there. I think it was by speed getting that block. That was so beautiful. He was up way before, trying to fake out the defenders. Really going for those highlight plays by the looks of things.
It's extreme patience right now from Reason. This is not what I was talking about. They're sitting back really far and letting Endpoint come at them.
Come on, lads.
Giving them territory. I want to see them just throw everything at Endpoint. See if they can win the game on their terms. Not just hope for Endpoint to miss all their shots and even whiff the ball in the midfield, giving open nets and free goals, if you will, to Reason. That's a little bit more proactive. Demo coming in. And that's a center ball off a dunk. The double commit at the back post. It means Burrito B is going to have a little bit of solo defending to do.
He has got full booster, thankfully.
Savage by speed. Annihilates Cheerio. Midfield pass does not get into the middle. Cheerio reads that one.
Cheerio getting it around towards the center. Loops over somehow. That was a surprise hit, in my opinion. Shaka on there. You see, it goes for the bump on speed. He's trying to get down. Does not even let them develop the play, let alone thinking about saving it. He's like, no, you're not even going to be able to get the play. What a dunk! Oh my gosh! Tinny off that side wall. I mean, bit of an assist by speed. And you see Cheerio there. It's underneath Burrito, and Brix Ronde does get a doink. I've seen the doink, I've had to say it.
No, not the doink you really wanted.
No, not really.
Got to criticize Burrito B there, though. He didn't get goal side. He's going for the challenge, but he's way out of line of his goal. Giving the opportunity for Cheerio to just bounce it in off of his own car. Look at the passing plays coming out of Endpoint. What a turnaround. These guys are looking so much more deadly, creating all kinds of chances. Reason Gaming, they're still in the lead in terms of games, but they're just looking like a completely different team from what was happening earlier in the series.
It's becoming less and less convincing with each game that I think Reason are going to be bringing it back, in my opinion.
Indeed.
I think Endpoint, like I said, they have found what they need to do. That's going to be an open net, but Shakran is going to not go for that, which I think was a very good decision. Gets the center towards, but Cheerio, bit too close to him, cannot capitalize. Burrito B trying to move it up, but just drops it down towards Tinny. Shakaron is up. No. Can he get on the pass? No. Yes. Maybe. Tinny gets it.
What? Yes, no, maybe. Shakaron does get the center ball. He blew up really early for this and just sat on it. Look at that. Just gets the center ball with a block. Well played.
Everything happened.
He did exactly what he went in intending to do. It didn't look pretty, but he got the job done. We're in the final 2 minutes. This game really has disappeared. And Endpoint are on a 5-goal streak right now. Reason Gaming, what has happened? Ever since they got that 2-0 lead, they've just not looked threatening. Oh, that's a good pass. So nobody's there.
I think there's no faith. Yeah, there's no faith. I think they're now worried. They might have thought about the Endpoint counterattacks. So now they sit back a bit further, which means that they're not going to have as many chances on the net. Which means they're not going to get as many goals, which means they're going to lose.
if they can't score again this series, they're certainly going to lose. So that's so close. No. Doesn't go in there from Burrito B.
Heartbreaking.
They're taking a leaf out of Endpoint's Game 1 playbook. Just hit the post and don't score. Speed getting a little bit ahead of himself, so he has to reverse there to get back into position. Needs to sit back and be patient, wait for the pass to come to him instead of running forward. And then the pass ends up going behind him. That can often happen in Rocket League if you just get over-eager to get into attack.
Oh, that team pinch there. That was so calculated to try and get that into the middle.
Fully intentional.
It was.
Went for it.
Absolutely. You see Tinny come in, try and get the pinch off to get the speed. As it goes above the Endpoint net. Richmond cannot make contact though. 40 seconds left. 2-0 to come back from.
Oh, that's
a long shot from Shaka Rom. He's been tired of supporting everyone else with their goals. No, I want to get on the board.
Speed was cheating up there. He wanted a high lob towards the Endpoint net, but the lob kind of went straight up. I can forgive Reason for that one. They know that they need a goal and they're trying to push up, but they just get caught, leaving their net wide open.
It's something they needed to do though.
Yeah, they had to go for something. What they're doing isn't working. They need to be much more aggressive, but the problem now is that they've left it so late. They're going to need to win the ace match against Endpoint. And Endpoint are in a 6-goal spree. that's why I really think this game should have been Reason's game, to just go all guns blazing, just throw everything forward, trust each other to get the center ball. When that center ball is flying across, you need to be there waiting for it. You can't just react to what Endpoint are doing all game, because now Endpoint are playing a lot more, with a lot more surgical precision. Their shots are connecting, their passes are looking a lot cleaner. Their challenges are also just looking so much more solid. 50-50 goals even coming out of Cheerio.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to now take that to 5th game. Minimum 1 point for both of these teams here, but both of them are going to want that win. And if Endpoint get the dream result of a reverse sweep against the team, the only team, Reason, the only win they got was against Endpoint.
Yes.
Via a reverse sweep. So if Endpoint can do that against Reason, that will be storyline material. The Cinderella story.
I mean, I don't think anybody predicted that. We did have onset expecting Endpoint to win this series, and I think we both agreed, but I didn't expect it to go like this.
Nope.
Not at all. Although I did say 5-game series, so I'll take a little bit of credit for that. I can't say I expected the reverse sweep. I thought maybe Endpoint were going to be the ones who start a bit stronger, then Reason might do, if they can win a game, Endpoint are going to start having flashbacks. They're going to think, is this happening again?
I thought it might be more of a back and forth, so it'd be like Endpoint, Reason, and then question mark who's going to win that. Probably Endpoint in my mind at the time. But I think now the momentum is so in Endpoint's favour. They have got the goals, like you said, was it a 6-goal streak they're on now? They're going to want to increase that. They want to try and keep a clean sheet, if they can, in this final game and get the reverse sweep.
Just keep it going. They just completely shut them out. And their Reason have put themselves in a horrible position. They've sat back so long, and it worked early. They were getting a lot of free goals because Endpoint were making mistakes in defense, or making mistakes in the midfield, leaving gaps to be exploited. But now that Endpoint have stepped up, Reason's strategy isn't working anymore. And they've left it till the last game to make the change. Can they do it? That is how champions are made. Is this team champion material? We're about to find out.
Chakron there, trying to get more assists on his name. Tini off the side, Will just gives it down to Rix Ronde. He's got a call from his teammate Chakron that is going to be going for it. But the pressure now by Reason. This is what we were saying they needed. They need the pressure. They can't, let Endpoint be having shots like they were last time. Like you said, they can't be letting them have shots, because Endpoint in games 1 and 2, that is not this Endpoint. This is a completely different team, a completely different style how they're playing.
They're trusting each other a little bit more. Speed did stay upfield for that pass, and this is more pressure but coming in. Rixrona gets ahead of himself though. Should have sat a little bit further back there so that he didn't end up having to jump straight up in the air for that aerial. But that's a promising start from Reason. They're following up on each other's challenges, following up on each other's passes, and those are 2 key ingredients. A win in Rocket League. Another key ingredient. The key ingredient is goals. Burrito B shows us how it's done.
I was worried when I saw Chiro clear it up the wall. The other 2, they were not near the net.
No.
And that is such an easy thing to read. If your opponent hits up the ball, you know if it hits the lip of the ball, you just need to jump out. And you can, 9 times out of 10, these players can hit a goal from that. Or at least get it on target if there's no one there. Or if there is someone there. Rix Ronde clearing it up. Gets the second touch, nearly. Over towards the net. Chakron with the save. Will carry on playing. Gets the floor pitch down towards Tini. Beautifully done. Chakron back to Tini. Tini takes delayed shot. Goes to top corner. Speed does get the save. Cheerio though, still in the centre. Tini does not want to commit to that just yet. Chakron moves up. Speed clears it towards the Endpoint half. And Cheerio with the clear back down. Getting a bit ping-pongy.
It is getting a bit end-to-end here, but Reason's clears are looking good. Speed in particular is making good contact with the ball, and again gets a huge hit. A little bit of help from the Endpoint player as it did pinch in Reason's favor. That's another shot coming in, does get saved. Reason are looking a lot better, not just in terms of scoreline, but also in how offensive they're playing. They're tackling much earlier. There another big interception by Burrito, because Cheerio was about to pull the trigger there.
Yeah, Tini should have gone for the demo, or at least gone for the bump, because Rix was the only person there in defense. If he got that bump, that shot was on target, you've equalized the game with half of it left.
We are halfway through the game. Endpoint
run.
Reason managed to break that goal spree that Endpoint were on, but this is another chance in this low boost. for Rix Ronde and Net. Everybody on Endpoint retreating though. They've all found themselves in the same position. A little bit of a mix-up by them. But no panic. They've all just refueled and now they're going to go back in. Let's try one more time.
Tinny does not fancy going for that, which I think is a good shout. He's the only person back.
Very wise.
Speed, getting a bit lost within his own mind in the corner there. Just trying to get the block off. Shakeron up high.
I like that from Speed though, he's not giving the ball away.
Yeah.
A lot of players would have just hit the ball away from themselves in that situation. Speed's like, no, I want to keep it under control.
I think if he had boost, he could have done more with it. But I think he might have been a bit low.
Time is Endpoint's worst enemy. And that's another center ball. Tinny does defend this one. That is crucial. Shakeron with a knock on. But they need more than that. It's starting to go more and more in Reese's favor.
Oh! Cheerio! That is a really, really nice touch there by Speed, though. He gets the redirect upside down with his nose, but
that should be saved.
Who was it? That should have been saved. That should have been tipped over the crossbar.
It's his goal-scoring instinct that kicked in.
He's in go, boom, go.
Any goal's a goal. I'm putting it in. Then that's only going to double Reason's lead. 1 minute and 20 on the clock. Our Endpoint going to be able to rebound from this awful, awful loss. That's such a terrible way to go 2-0 down.
Has that knocked the confidence out of them, or are they going to think, right, no, we can do this, guys. Come on, just keep up the aggression. That's what they need. They need the aggression. We said Reason we shouldn't give Reason should not give Endpoint time. Endpoint should not give Reason time. Take every opportunity you get. There was one there. There could have been a shot on there by Shakeron. He does get the shot with the save by Speed. Brito clearing it down. Speed with the miss. Tinny's going to clear over towards Shakeron. Just wide.
It's getting cagey from both
Come on, guys.
The quality of hits is completely deteriorating now.
Yeah.
As both teams getting so nervous at the close of this game. Reason just trying to close out a series. It should have been a lot easier after the start they gave themselves. Endpoint. Do they still have faith? Can they make this comeback happen? It's looking less and less likely. 20 seconds left. They still need 2 goals. They've yet to score in game 5. Shots are just not coming out of anywhere. And with that clear, that might be it. Speed with another huge clear.
5
Time is ticking down. Another block. No. That's got to be it. GG's. Reason Gaming again. Triumph over Endpoint 3-2. This time without the reverse sweep.
Their hearts must be thumping right now. They have got so much adrenaline going through their bodies because they were scared. They must have been scared that they were going to be reverse swept by the team that they reverse swept to get their only win. And the fact that they've come back 2-0, that's a decent win as well. That's not like, okay, we just about scraped it. And they weren't exactly like they were lucky goals. There was an own goal, but we'll ignore that. We'll ignore the own goal. The fact that... Yeah.
Can't ignore the own goal, can we? It's a horrible thing to have to point out, but that's just not what we're expecting from Cheerio.
Yeah.
He is the goal scorer, but he's supposed to score in the other goal.
I said at the end of game 2, Johnny, you thought this was going to be closer, didn't you?
Oh, well, it ended up pretty close, and I know that Onset is right at the end of the day. We're going to go chat to him, but it's over from us. Goodbye from me and Stumpy for now. Tom, take it away.
The way you said that made it make me feel very sad. That's enough from us. Bye-bye. That's all of us. Listen, thank you very much, Johnny Boy and Stumpy. I'll tell you what, Reason took a 2-0 lead, and then Endpoint brought it back to 2-2, but there was no reverse sweep. Reason saw the game out. I mean, how good were Reason? Let's talk about them because they were the champions then. Because Endpoint, I've changed to 1 point now. They get 1 point. You like that?
I love
very
that.
much.
I love
they do get a point because it went to 3-2. But focusing on Reason, what did they do right?
I think just in general, they were putting a lot of pressure on and breaking down the Endpoint defense, which meant they had a lot of free shots on net. And it wasn't to Endpoint's mistakes, it was more just the fact that they kept firing shots in, kept putting it around those corners, and eventually a gap opens up. But it was incredibly close. That's the first game 5 we've seen today. And it's fair to say that it was the closest match I think we've seen in the Elite Series in Season 2.
Yeah, and I love those balloons with the yay going throughout the match. What did you like about Reason today? What did they do that stood out for you?
I thought that they just outplayed it. Endpoint in their own game. Essentially, they outplayed them. It's as simple as that. Endpoint had a comeback in that game 3 and 4, but those were, again, close games that Reason could have won. It was just a case of they were very, we talked about being clinical when you've had your opportunities, and Reason were clinical when they had their opportunities once again. So that seems to be the story of today and the Elite Series in general so far, is the teams who are clinical and who are taking their chances when they are given the opportunity are obviously the ones who are winning because they're scoring more goals. I know it sounds very simple, but you have to beat chances away.
Yeah, in the words of Star Trek, beam me up, because Reason have got 2 wins, and this has never happened in the Elite Series.
Well, guys, you've shown us it isn't luck. It's a hell of a lot of skill. Rix-Ronde, how was that going for you? Because it's a very close game. It was very exciting, but you pulled it away for the win.
Yeah, we deserved it. We played better in the end. Good team play. Yeah, we just practiced a lot as well, so came in handy.
Well, you shut down Endpoint's defense at one point, and they were finding it very hard to even get a goalkeeper in there to stop your shots coming. So, Burrito B, tell me how crucial it was to make sure you broke that down.
Yeah, at one point we had it really hard because they keep shooting, but yeah, we keep in defense, and it worked out really well in the end.
So it worked out in your favour. Well, we also have a poll going at the moment on Twitter, which Burrito B is also part of, and you guys can get involved too. So get over to our Twitter at Gfinity, put the Elite Series tag, and vote for your best season player. Burrito B. Just saying, back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Lottie. I tell you what, those Reason boys look very, very happy with their victory today. We've had 3 matches. They have been unmissable. If you've missed all the action, do not panic, because in a short while, we'll be able to show you some of those highlights, because we have one more match on the way. It is, of course, Prophecy taking on that goal machine method. You do not want to miss it. We'll be back after a very short break, but we can soon welcome you back.